realizing that we could bomb anything we wanted, the Brits could bomb anything they wanted, they began a project known as the Animal Farm, in which they took their armament factories and they moved most of them underground. They would put them into road tunnels, they would put them into caves, cemeteries, into crypts, all kinds of cool places. This one we're about to drive through is known as the Dock. This is where Messerschmitt actually built their PF-103 and 103 and 106 planes. It is also rumored, now I haven't found evidence of this other than hearsay, it's rumored that the first jet engine was actually built here, or pieces of it at least were built here. The factory, what they did is they took 2 road tunnels and they closed the doors. And they turned this road and diverted it to the newly built Autobahn and also through the town of Olstadt right here on the right. Using slave labor from Dachau, they then built tunnels into the wall of the actual road tunnel. And they expanded the road tunnel and created it as 2 different levels. So this is the first tunnel. This tunnel wasn't very much used. It was mainly used for storage of some of the more dangerous substances, so that if this area was bombed, it would just simply collapse. This was actually a beer garden, and this was also used for storage as well. And then over here on the left, you can kind of see through the trees, this was the beginning of the expansion program that was done by the concentration camp victims, the forced labor victims. This was the entrance into the actual administration offices. And then back there, behind that actual little bitty kind of tree, you can kind of see where there was...
That's bricked off, huh?
Yep. And you can kind of see where there was a door going which went to the electrical substation, which was used. The power came from the Balkensee hydroelectric plant. Now, we're about to go to the second tunnel. Now, when you go through the second tunnel, you want to look straight up at the first part. You're going to see all these little metal bars sticking out of the ceiling. That was for the crane. And then the second part of the tunnel, which is my favorite, is the most interesting. You're going to see, first, we'll see the crane right here. If you look straight up, you see the bars going up. All those were to support a crane. And then this section here is really neat. You see how the rebar coming out of the walls?
Yeah,
that was a floor. Yeah. That was actually a floor, and this was divided into 2 levels.
What that was about.
And then you can see on the left here the doors going to the administration office. And if you look on the second floor, you can see that they're still open.
Oh, look at that.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is pretty sweet.
Man, it's all blocked off. There's closed down at the end of the war.
Some very busy people.
And then some of it, this one was actually shut down in the 1940s, late 40s. But the one that was up at Oberammergau, which was the most famous of all of the animal farm sort of work facilities, that was known as the Lion. It stayed open until the late 50s. And then in the late 50s, as a favor to von Braun, it was actually shut down and locked up. And that, of course, was where the V-2 rockets were made.